Hey, what's guys, I'm back to the channel. On this episode, we're continuing on a series of the best batteries. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about the dollar store. So at the dollar store, at least around me, they do sell batteries. And the batteries that they sell at the dollar store we're talking about is called e-circuit. So let's talk about that for just a second. So there's many different kinds of dollar stores, but around me, at least in the South, there are two primary ones. I'm not sure if this is true for all over the U.S., but there is Dollar General, and then there's also the DollarTree. The DollarTree is a lot more prominent in my area. There's a way more locations than there is Dollar General, so that's the one we're talking about. So the brand is called e-circuit at the DollarTree, and for about $3, you can get 8 AA batteries, and it says for high drain devices, no mercury added. So the question really is, if you buy batteries at the dollar store, are they worth it? Are they a good deal? Are they good batteries? That's exactly what we're going to find out. Or are you getting ripped off, right? So if you want to know the answer to that, then make sure you watch this episode. Stick with us. So here's the batteries. It comes in an 8-pack, so 2 rows of 4, and it's made by e-circuit. They're alkaline batteries, and they're designed for high drain devices. It's about $3 for the set of 8, and it has a date on there, best before 6/20/20 or 2031. And just in case you're wondering, not too much marketing, just says that it's designed for high drain devices, keep away from children, all that kind of fun stuff. Greenbrier International is apparently the company that distributes them, and they are made in China. No mercury added. Again, these are alkaline devices, so let's get testing underway. Let's take the first battery, get in slot 1. Slot 1, discharge at 100 milliamps. All right, we'll go to slot 2, set this to also discharge at 100 milliamps. We'll go here to slot 3, discharge at 100 milliamps, or 200 milliamps. We'll go here, slot 4, set that to discharge at 200 milliamps. Let's go take a look at the results. Slot 1 is 2183 milliamp hours in 1303 minutes. Slot 2, 2214 milliamp hours in 1323 minutes. Slot 3, 1876 milliamp hours in 560 minutes. And in slot 4, 1902 milliamp hours in 571 minutes. Let's go see how these numbers stack up on paper. So starting off in the first slot with the 100 milliamp discharge rate, it discharged 2,183 milliamp hours in 1,303 minutes. The second slot, which is 100 milliamp discharge, also discharged 2,214 milliamp hours in 1,323 minutes. Then moving on to 3 and 4, which are 200 milliamp discharge rates, it was 1,876 milliamp hours in 560 minutes. And then the fourth slot, 1,902 milliamp hours in 571 minutes. So what we do is we take the average. Let's go take the average of the two. So with the 100 milliamp discharge rate average, it came out to 2,198.5 milliamp hours in 1,313 minutes. And then on the 2,000 milliamp discharge rate, it was 1,889 milliamp hours in 565 minutes, or 565.5 minutes, right? There are other specs on here, right? So granted that you get $8 or $3 for, or you get 8 batteries for $3, you're paying pretty much close to about 38 cents per battery, and that's one way to look at it. The other way you can look at it is how much you're getting per penny. So if you look at it that way, at the 100 milliamp discharge rate, you're getting close to 58.6 milliamp hours per penny, and then the 200 milliamp discharge rate, you're getting about 50 milliamp hours per a penny. So taking a look at the leaderboard, let's go see how they stack up. The 100 milliamp discharge rate test, the e-circuit battery comes in 16th place on the leaderboard, behind the Thunderbolt Magnum and the Duracell Copper Top, but in front of the AC Delco and the Varta Long Life battery. The 200 milliamp discharge rate test, the e-circuit comes behind the Rayovac High Energy and the AC Delco, which means that this battery is in 15th place, but it is in front of the Rayovac Fusion, which is interesting, and the Varta Long Life battery. Let's go take a little bit closer look at some of these numbers, because that's where you can really drill down and rearrange the leaderboard depending on what you actually care about. The E-circuit battery, as you can see, it discharged 2,198.5 milliamp hours in 13 minutes, which is just behind the Duracell Copper Top from Costco, which was 2,218 milliamp hours, and the Thunderbolt Magnum, which is sold at Harbor Freight, which is 2,229 milliamp hours, right? So if you go take a look at the battery, the Harbor Freight battery costs about 29 cents per battery, but the Duracell Copper Top is, 48 cents per battery. So if you're gonna think, hey, should I go buy this, or should you go to Harbor Freight and get Thunderbolt Magnum Alkaline batteries? The answer to that is you should just go get the Thunderbolt Magnum Alkaline batteries from Harbor Freight, because they're 29 cents per battery, which is, a little bit cheaper than 38 cents per battery. But the other way you can also look at it is how much you're getting per penny. So the Thunderbolt Magnum battery gives you about 76.86 milliamp hours per penny, but the E-circuit battery gives you 58.63 milliamp hours per penny, right? So, you can say with the money that you're spending, you're getting a lot more charged energy capacity in the Thunderbolt Magnums, but still they do not compare to getting the what we've been recommending right now, which is the Amazon Basics industrial batteries, which are 16 cents per battery and give you about 144 milliamp hours per penny. But unfortunately, you have to get, what is the ridiculous 150 pack or whatever it was to get it at that rate. Or you can just go to Home Depot and get the HDX brand or the Kirkland blend, which are pretty much neck and neck at 33 cents per battery, and also give you around 72 to 73 milliamp hours per penny. So depending on how much you really want to charge or change your batteries out or something like that, then you can really decide if you should get this battery or the other battery, right? So let's go take a little bit different look at the 200 milliamp discharge rate. So the 200 milliamp discharge rate, the E-circuit battery discharged 1,889 milliamp hours, which is just behind the AC Delco, which is 1,898 milliamp hours, but in front of the Varta Long Life, which is 1,857 milliamp hours. But it still did better than the Rayovac Fusion, which is surprising, which is 1,878 milliamp hours, right? The other way we could look at that is how much does the battery cost? As we said, the E-circuit battery costs about 38 cents per battery, but the AC Delco, which you can get, multiple packs, just order them online at Home Depot or whatever, come at 27 cents per battery. But the Rayovac Fusion, which is a really expensive battery, comes in at 93 cents per battery, and you're not really getting all that much performance, right? So if you're going to go out and look at it that way, you could also go back and look at it the other way we were just talking about. The E-circuit battery gives you about 50 milliamp hours per penny at the 200 milliamp discharge rate test, which is, pretty much, I would say, almost the standard middle ground that you would really want. Because if you go and look at the Kirkland battery and the HDX battery, which I say they're probably neck and neck, you get 33 cents per battery and you get 64 milliamp hours per penny, which is just a little bit more than the E-circuit batteries. But like I said, nothing really beats out getting the Amazon Basics industrial batteries in bulk. The ridiculous package that you got to get, you just order it, it just shows up at your door, and you're paying about 16 cents per penny, and you get about 125 milliamp hours per cent, which is a good way to look at it, if that is, right? So, what can we say about this battery? Surprisingly enough, this battery is nowhere nearly as bad as we thought. Don't get me wrong, it's not great, right? But the stigmatism that a lot of people say is that, oh, the stuff at the Dollar General or Dollar Store is pretty much crap. And yes, this is not necessarily the best battery, but it is much better than what we would imagine, as in we expect it to be the bottom of the pack. And yes, it was closer to the bottom, but it wasn't absolutely terrible if you go and take a look at the numbers. So the question is, would you go out and buy these batteries again? If you're in a pinch and you need to get batteries, it's not a bad battery to get. But if you have a better time and options to go out and get it from, or get other batteries from a different place, like if you could order the Amazon Basics Industrial or go to your Home Depot or Costco or Members Mark or Sam's now, that you should definitely go get those batteries, because they definitely give you more for the money, which is not exactly in line with the dollar store motto or whatever you get, right? So hopefully that answers the question, but they are not that bad. So hopefully this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, let us know. Otherwise, have a great day. Oh, I do want to mention one thing. If I haven't posted it already, we're going to post it right away, which is the Amazon Basics Industrial Battery, which is the battery we've been recommending ever since we've tested it. It's actually on sale if you do the subscribe and save model. I think you save an additional 15 cents. I forgot what it is, but you get something like 150 batteries for or 450 batteries or something ridiculous for about 60 bucks or something like that. So that's probably the best one to get. So if you're seeing this video, or if you haven't seen the post, go out and check it if you want to get those batteries. They do have a long shelf life, so hopefully you should be able to get your good money out of that. Anyways, otherwise, have a great day, get back to work, and we'll see you guys next time.